Being homeless is expensive. A friend is homeless. She has her stuff in a storage container for $130 per mo. Gets her mail at a PO box for $12 per mo. Owner told her she couldn't stay there, so she got a job at hotel making $1,600 mo. They let her stay there for $200 per week. So her housing totaled $1,009 per mo. Then PO box went to $15. Storage went to $160. Then $190. And hotel went to $258. Now her housing is $1,324. Also, food is far more expensive because it has be a restaurant or prepared foods, as she has no oven. She's been applying for a second job but hasn't found another job. She also didn't get a raise at this job. Oh, and also got fired. Being poor is expensive as well. It doesn't stop once you get a home. I'm just finding that out again. I read a stat that 40% of homeless people have full-time jobs. And by our ridiculous measurements, they aren't in poverty because their income threshold is over the poverty line. Being homeless is extremely expensive. I was stuck in the loop for 2 years as a teacher. I only got out by a complete stroke of luck. Many other ways the poverty cycle keeps people down too, e.g. just buying essentials. Want to save money buying in bulk? Sorry, you can't afford the large TP bundle 1x month, you have to buy the small 4 rolls pack at 3x the cost per roll every week. You want to save money by buying a large 20 kilograms sack of rice? Guess again, you get the small package at $1.98 because that's all you can afford this paycheck, even though it costs 10x as much per 100 grams. You want to save money by paying for your insurance, whatever kind you need, yearly? Sorry, you can't afford that, so pay monthly even though it costs an extra $500 per year. Don't even get me started on what happens if you accidentally bounce a check or have to use credit cards, take out a payday loan, etc. But all these freedoms though, isn't capitalism great? Get to do whatever you want as long as you can pay for it. American freedom is just another invoice. I volunteer at a soup kitchen. See, working poor every day. Oh, I know. And I'll tell you that in my experience, shared housing tends to cost a lot more too unless you have your own refrigerator in your room. It definitely helps to split an internet bill rather than pay it all yourself. But otherwise I spent more on food in shared housing. Mostly because I didn't have good access to the kitchen. It was random that I could use it. So I had to get takeout a lot. I could usually get 2 meals out of 1 takeout meal. But still, having to share a fridge, I couldn't buy anything in bulk. It was so annoying because she didn't want to share a milk and take turns buying it. Which I guess was okay because I use a lot less than she does. But then if we had 2 gallons of milk in the fridge, she would complain there was no place to put her food. So basically she just didn't want me to eat, and it was horrible. I spend a lot less now that I have my own apartment. And honestly, I pay less rent because I have Section 8 now, so I pay 1/3 of my income minus medical expenses. And that's less than I was paying a roommate for half the rent an apartment. There is nothing more expensive than being poor. The rich seldom need to pay for things. Once you become super wealthy, then companies, brands don't ask you for money. It goes on account. Then that account is eventually settled, and sometimes if the person is famous or well connected, they don't even bother settling. The interest on their money and assets pays vastly more than their expenditure, so they make more money from not having paid for the thing they got used. Essentially making more money because they had way more money than needed to pay for the thing they didn't have to pay for. Contrast that nonsense with someone poor, homeless. They need to pay in cash. Up front. Immediately, and there are no allowances, discounts, free credit options available. Credit for the poor is expensive and punitive. Being poor is much more expensive than being rich. If she's in a hotel room, spend $20 and get a hot plate, small George Foreman grill. Keep ice in the hotel fridge so food don't spoil. Or get a good ice chest and keep uncooked food in there. Lots of stuff can be cooked just with boiling water. Also, if her job's under the table, which it probably is if they pay her with the room discount, she still should qualify for food stamps. At least for the P.O. Box situation. Have her look up homeless DV shelters. Some will allow her to send mail to their business address for free until she gets back into permanent housing. Source: I am a domestic violence survivor advocate for a nonprofit that provides this service. If she has a little extra money, I highly recommend investing in a plug-in induction burner and an instant pot. You can cook rice, beans, pasta, meat, pretty much anything you want with those two things without needing an oven, stove. They'd pay for themselves within a week or two if it means avoiding restaurant food. My household costs like $3,500 a month to run. So almost 75% of our total income to run our house and pay bills. She is making $10 an hour. That's impossible to survive on. Is getting a higher paying job possible? Warehouse or manufacturing? $18 to $20 an hour. Where is she located? Damn. I wish her the best. Housing is out of control. It's unlivable for young people. Democrats are forcing a recession to try and make it somewhat livable. $258 a week in a hotel is pretty damn good. That's about $1,000 a month. But that covers water, electricity, gas, garbage service. And there's no commute to work and you don't need a car. Honestly, the more money I make, the cheaper things get. Except childcare, including housing, transportation. Even with higher get prices, I don't need to go places as often and families' cars are paid off. Even food, because I can afford a small chest freezer and can afford to go grocery shopping. See if she can unofficially sublet that hotel to a friend and split costs. On the bright side, she has no utility bills. Sadly, because she's female, there's probably more social programs to assist her out there than her male counterparts. She can save $15 a month by doing general mail instead of a P.O. box. Get that gal a hot plate, a toaster oven, and a mini fridge. It's not much, but it'll help.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.